Hello Gemini, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting July 24th, 2017. And a quick update for a lot of you out there. Yes, I'm back, by the way. But also, if you have purchased the Tarot Home Study course, or you're thinking about purchasing the Tarot Home Study course, you actually might want to check the links that have come out. Remember, the ones that came with your download in that purchase, or if you were part of the first group of people, the newest links. I sent those out a few weeks ago. This was definitely before I went on vacation. Keep a hold on those links. Later on this week, I'm going to be adding some extra material to those folders. Bet you didn't know I could do that. So it's an extra bit of surprise. I think I am going to treat these things a lot. Sorry, I've got like a Rambo hair. He's down here. It's too hot to come up and cuddle with people. I think I'm actually going to keep doing that, doing some updates every now and then. So it's almost like a membership or an expanding membership that you only paid for once. So keep an eye out. Towards the end of this week, I'll be putting up some new spreads and things for you all to play with. So, what is going on this week when it comes to the astrology? Now, on Monday, we have Venus, planet of love and harmony, in your sign, forming an opposition to Saturn, currently retrograde, in your 7th house of partnerships. Now, if you're in the Western Hemisphere, like I am, of course, it's on Monday. If you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, it's on Tuesday. I think I want to help people out with that, because I don't think their planets don't follow the Gregorian calendar anyway, but this will help make sense. So, when it comes to Venus opposed to Saturn retrograde, there may be an argument between you and a close partner. One of your closest one-on-one. There's a lot of arguments this week, but they actually are all for the better. When Venus opposes Saturn retrograde, there seems to be an issue going on as an argument about a partner who kind of needs, whether it's a romantic partner or a BFF or a business partner, whatever, who needs to reconsider where they may actually be kind of holding themselves back somewhere in life. You may be actually arguing with this person in the way of motivating them, in the way of pushing them forward, in the way of getting them to actually expect and, maybe ask for more for themselves, and including the partnership as well. Now, we don't obviously want to be the backseat, gold-digging partner saying you should go for that ambitious promotion or I'm leaving you, those, but what I'm saying is that there may actually be a situation here where we're finding out that a partner is holding themselves back, either for fear reasons, or possibly even for us, where they don't need to. And they may actually be kind of walking on eggshells or something, but they're projecting a lot of that. So we have to correct that energy this week. So, so that we can all feel more comfortable. Like, this is not something you asked for. And, so they need to cut it out. On Wednesday / Thursday, we do have the Sun connecting to Mars in your 3rd house of communications, pacts and promises. And this is an argument as well. This is a fight. Again, it's a lot of fights, but this is a fight you can win, and it's a fight and an argument you need to have. And you've got to be okay with being groomed for a little bit of conflict every once in a while. And with the Sun, conjunct Mars, this could be a fight showing up here with a sibling, or possibly with somebody that we have some kind of bond or tie in a platonic or familial or business way. Okay, this is not a lover. Okay, and this may be a fight or an argument about their misconduct, their treatment, or perhaps even how they are going to be treating you based on something that has changed in your life. This may actually be something that you're sticking up for. This is something where you're finally putting your foot down. Maybe we've let this person run rampant, shooting their mouth off in whatever way, shape, or form. And it's time to actually, put him or her in their place. And that's okay to do too. For your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Wolf. Okay? And the Wolf is kind of an interesting card because it talks about, even though we've got a solitary wolf here, when it comes to the wolf, we have to think about the health of the pack. And when we think about being the wolf or having the wolf this week, it's also about being judicious and smart about who you consider to be a part of your pack, and learning where you have to arrange the, people to where they are actually at their best for you and at their best for themselves. You know, if we're in a situation where certain people have power, either in the family or at work or at school, where they don't need to have power, or maybe they don't have enough power, or they do have enough influence, or they don't have enough influence, they have more time, they don't have enough time, you know, the wolf and the wolf pack is, you know, the wolf pack is something where, you know, you are routinely tested on that. You are routinely pushed to, hey, look, this person should not be in charge. This person should not be the leader just because they are dating so-and-so or they are there. This person's totally incompetent. It's, you know, they're making you know, a strong position or a strong opportunity look ornamental. Let's move them into something else, okay? Where have you been trying to get people that maybe are wrong for the job to be right for the job, and where have you been maybe getting people who are right for the job in the wrong position elsewhere? Because maybe we're practicing this all based on our relationships and how close we want to be with people, as opposed to paying attention to what people are really good at. And this week we need to pay attention to where we need to do a better job of utilizing other people's expertise, and that will be happening a lot because, you know, it's all about organizing your pack to be the best it can be, okay? So that's what I've got there. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your finances, we do have the Knight of Cups reversed. And this card can indicate a situation where somebody is basically trying to win you over in a way that's actually getting very uncomfortable. This could be a coworker or possibly a client who might be getting a bit too close for comfort in a lot of ways. They may be trying to bribe or manipulate you into giving them some kind of special treatment that may actually get you both in a lot of trouble. This may be a situation that we need to pay attention to what to turn down. The Knight of Cups reverse does tend to be, you know, for those of you in that Tarot Home Study course, you know, again, we talk about the pleasure seeker, right? And when we look at the Knight of Cups reverse, this person is thinking more about, again, the health of themselves versus the health of the pack. And the Knight of Cups reverse can also indicate a situation where this person may be forming a bit of a codependent relationship with you. And you have to be careful because sometimes our affiliations can alienate us from important people just by being there, you know. And when I look at the Knight of Cups reversed, I'm kind of feeling like, okay, financially it's going to be an okay week. Absolutely, actually, especially because, you know, towards the end of the month, at the end of the week, we've got Venus going into your earned income sector. So, of course, we're only going to be talking about a personnel issue when it comes to the cards. So, money-wise, it's going to be just fine. But just be careful about, you know, getting into the wrong crowd or getting stuck to somebody from the wrong crowd. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we've got the Fool card reversed. And again, there seems to be some kind of conflict going on with a friend or a relative, very much about this person's closed-mindedness. Whether it's closed-mindedness in terms of they're not open-minded when it comes to you and your life, whether they're not open-minded when it comes to other cultures. You know, sometimes the Fool card reverse can indicate here. One of the things I'm picking up on is that it's not so much this person is afraid to, you know, to trust in the textbook definition of the card, but it's almost like this person is actually made very fearful and uncomfortable based on an affiliation that you have or something that's going on in and out of your space or in and out of your home. The Fool card reverse can often show up where people are, you know, it's basically, you know, you're almost making the world bigger for them even though they didn't want to live in a bigger world. You know, it's kind of like knocking down the walls of their little cell. And it looks to me like the Fool card reverse can indicate, again, a bit of a conflict where this person is really trying to stop something that should not be stopped. And, you know, and again, it could be just simple bickering and bantering from either, again, a neighbor, a friend, or a sibling, or it could be something that's been ongoing. For your challenge this week with fire, we've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Certainly no challenge this week. It actually is probably one of the best cards you can get. I'm not seeing any actual ongoing pervasive challenge. Okay, there isn't going to be a challenge that goes on day to day to day to day to day to day to day this week. Usually with the Ten of Pentacles, you know, if there is a challenge, it's not a very big one. I mean, it definitely does look like, again, financially it's going to be a gorgeous week for those of you who are just very curious about the commodity of coin. But the Ten of Pentacles I'm picking up as a challenge also has a lot to look with, you know, where are you doing a good job of keeping drama out of the home or drama out of your sanctuary. Okay? When you close the door and you come home at the end of the day, does work stay at work? All right? When you come home from that awkward family dinner, where, we got into an argument with dad, or mom decided to, to stir up, old business or whatever, did we leave it at their house? Where are we actually still keeping that energy safe and contained within us? That's an important thing to pay attention to this week. But other than that, we don't really have any pervasive challenges. Except maybe this one. So for your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Tower upright. All right? Tower. It's all about explosive alterations. Things that end because they need to end, but it doesn't necessarily feel pleasant. We could have been fighting tooth and nail to preserve this energy. We could have been trying to make sure that this thing lasts, or maybe, again, it was flawed when we created it, and we know it, and now it's being rubbed in our faces. But the Tower card is something where there is a sudden explosive end that needs to happen, but we don't see it coming. Now, of course, that sounds crazy just to leave it at that, so I always pull extra cards to, go into it, and you know me, I'm more of the war room kind of guy, so I tend to stay very neutral when I speak, so I'm not going to do I'm not going to give either extreme positive or negative right now. So when it comes to what this is, we've got the Seven of Wands reversed, okay? And the Seven of Wands reversed is saying here, again, there's been a battle going on, or an argument or a fight. Somebody has basically been beating a dead horse, it seems, when it comes to our love life. Whether it's an argument we've been having with a crush, someone we've been seeing, or maybe even a relationship, this is what's ending. It's somebody beating a dead horse. Now, whether it's a partner who's just not over something, and they keep bringing it up over and over and over again, and they choose to stay, which doesn't make any sense, or it's a situation where a person is, trying to have a fight about something, but they don't know how to bring that up, so they pick up a fight about something else so they can segue into it. That might be a situation that comes to an abrupt end, because the Nine of Pentacles reversed, as far as how this leaves you in your love life, is not so bad, Gemini. The Nine of Pentacles reversed, however, is saying what it does indicate is that you and a partner, you and a crush, or this could even be, again, this could be a child in your life, will have to find a way to avoid turning this into a codependent situation. Again, what's ending is a fight that's brought up over and over and over again. We can't solve this problem because the problem is never the fight. The problem is somebody being upset. Now, if we can't find a way to stop somebody from being upset, sometimes they have to go and be upset by themselves for a little bit and take a bit of a time out and find out what's going to make them happy. Because you can't solve people's issues for them. You can never solve another person's internal issues for them. Anyone who promises to do emotional clearing and things like that is a fraud. But I think that when it comes to this, you may want to pay attention to where, again, this fight that needs to be over is being brought up yet again. Now, how do we punctuate it for good? And keep our relationship, because it's not saying the relationship's coming to an end, but it's an ongoing cycle, an ongoing issue. And some people are scared to lose anger, and some people are scared to lose sadness. And this might not even be a fight that's happening with you. You may be stopping your partner from picking a fight with one of their friends or one of their relatives, or stopping a child from ending his or her own relationship that they don't need to end. And still keeping, again, the relationship you have with that person. All right? That sounds complicated, but I hope that makes sense. All right? So anyway, that's your horoscope for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.